Hey guys, who are we all? So welcome to My Way Tarot. This will be a general weekly reading for Aquarius placements. So if you have Aquarius as your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury or North Node in your birth chart, this reading will be for you. Everything that you need to know can be found in the description box below. So guys, I do have the windows open. It is still very hot here, even though it's very overcast. I do need to get some air in here because it's just very warm where I am, okay? But I hope that the background noise, from outside isn't going to be too much and that you guys can still hear me. I do have a microphone on and I have the volume as loud as possible on my phone, okay? So we're going to get into your reading anyway. Angels of love and light, could please have clear and concise messages for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, and North Node. What do they need to know? What do they need to hear for the current energies of the upcoming week of the 21st to the 27th of July 2025? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Please and thank you. What's going on? Please and thank you for Aquarius. Wow, Aquarius. Your major arcana came out, the star. Absolutely gorgeous. Love this. What else is going on here? So I feel like there is a lot of empowerment coming through for you, okay? You're feeling very much empowered over a situation, right? With the Eight of Cups. So potentially deciding to release yourself from a scenario, move on, let go, surrender to the flow, being at one with the universe, that type of thing, has actually brought you into this really beautiful energy, right? Of feeling at peace within yourself. Come to a place of acceptance, I'm hearing, over something that's unfolding in your life. You've been realizing what it is that you can take control over and what you can't. And I'm hearing that you've been learning the art of detachment. Okay. This is not to do with, you no longer caring about a scenario, right? But I feel like you have chose yourself in regards to something that has unfolded. 313 just come up on the timer, okay? And you doing of this has created a new beginning, or you stepping into a new chapter in your life. Something may have been quite bittersweet to do, and you may have not been really wanting to follow through with whatever this is or was, but you weren't feeling emotionally fulfilled to do with how something was currently going on in a particular circumstance, right? And that can be a whole host of things, or even if it's just not one particular circumstance, it could just be your life in general, right? So I'm getting something about you making a really important decision here to choose of yourself in some form or fashion, right? Coming from a place of self-love and self-respect. And what this has naturally done for you has opened a new door, okay? A new door for you. And even though you've been unsure about what's going to be up ahead for you from making this decision, I feel that you still feel good about having done of this. So in the first instance, there may have been a lot of stress or worry or concern or anxiety with following through. But I'm hearing that because you made a decision from a pure place, from your heart space, right? This in turn has only done you the world of good, is what I want to say, okay? The Emperor, Aries energy. Interesting how I wanted to say divine masculine. So in regards to maybe a connection, if you do resonate as a twin flame, some of you could be potentially divine feminines here, and you made a decision to let this person be, right? You chose yourself. And I feel that you've done of this, not because you don't care, not because you don't love them, not because of this, that, and the third. You've done it because there was something to do with a dynamic where you may have felt like you were just going round and round in circles, to do with being in a cycle with this person. And I feel that you were like, look, at the end of the day, regardless of how strong a connection is, if something is not making me feel like I'm being seen, appreciated, right, then I'm going to move myself on forward here. And with whether that's with, I don't feel like it's necessarily with someone else. Okay, I don't feel like you're searching in regards to a soulmate or something like that elsewhere. I feel that you're just kind of opening up to the possibilities of how life can unfold for you, with what it is that you want in regards to yourself. And you've kind of given this person the sense of space to focus on them as you've been focusing on you. And you're you're coming into another cycle here, right? But this is going to be very different to what it is that you've been currently experiencing. And there's a whole new level of healing coming through for you that's just going to empower you even more so than you currently feel as of right now. And I feel that somebody has definitely felt this energetic shift, this change in this dynamic to do with you potentially pulling away, right? And it's very much kind of calling them to take a moment to reflect on what it is that they have currently got going on in their life, and for them to move on from people, places, and things that obviously aren't serving them, to heal and then kind of go from there. Okay. But I feel like you've taken matters into your own hands to do with something. Four of Cups, yeah, there was a lot of dissatisfaction around something that was unfolding here. Okay. And you may have felt trapped or restricted or limited in some way, and you didn't want to feel that way anymore. There was a lot of overthinking going on here. And I feel like you've just got to a point where you're like, do you know what? This is not really doing it for me right now. So I'm going to move myself on forward and choose myself. I'm hearing love them at a distance, care for them at a distance, but wholeheartedly pouring all the energy and attention back on you. There's been like a switch that's flipped. This may have taken a very long time for you to kind of follow through with this, or you're coming into the sense of awareness that this is something for you to, take on board and reflect on, and then follow through with that. Yeah, King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. With the Emperor again. Wow. So the King of Cups and the Emperor, they're individuals here who definitely feel their emotions, right? But they don't make it too blatantly obvious to everyone, right? With how they're thinking and feeling about something in particular. They may even have issues in regards to expressing oneself. And I feel that you've been feeling really discouraged because there hasn't been the physical representation of somebody showcasing what you know and know to be true in your heart of hearts. I'm hearing mind, body, and soul to do with a connection, and there hasn't been the sense of it showing up in the physical. And so therefore I feel like you've just got to a point where it's like, well, this is obviously something that this person is needing to address, and it's not down to me to be guiding them or navigating them in order to figure it out themselves, because I feel like you've had to figure out a lot on your own in this process without this person. And I feel like you're just kind of looking at the bigger picture of it all and be like, right, so I'm going to take away myself from whatever this is, and the expectation potentially to be there and a system of doing of this, that, and the third. They've got to find out on their own. They've got to learn through whatever they're dealing with on their own, heal on their own, the same way that you have. Okay. Because they weren't physically there for you, especially if this person made you feel like an option, or if they ghosted or walked away or they ignored you or what have you. You were left with some very difficult thoughts and feelings for a considerate amount of time, and you were dealing a lot with a lot of that by yourself, and you had to keep a lot to yourself, like you weren't necessarily able to express what it was that you were personally dealing with to many others, unless there were other people that you had known firsthand that were going through a similar experience the same as you. So it may have felt very much isolating here. Like people just wouldn't have got it, wouldn't have understood. Something about your connection, whatever is going on here, it doesn't make any logical sense. And I'm hearing it never will, really. Okay? But that I'm hearing is how it was designed to be with judgment, Sagittarius energy, 1212 just come up on the timer. That's how it was orchestrated to be. What else is going on here, please, Spirit? For Aquarius, thank you. 10 of Wands, yeah, you were carrying, I'm hearing carrying the connection. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. You were carrying the connection, you took the lead, you were carrying the heavy load, the duties, the obligations, the responsibilities to do with this connection, and this person wasn't doing any of that. But what I'm hearing is that if you truly resonate as like divine feminine, then that's how the journey is. You know, the divine feminine is the one that wakes up first, that brings things into fruition, right? To do with the connection. They're the ones that move it on forward here. And it's moved on forward even more so by taking the time to heal. And you've done a lot of that. A lot. So I feel like what's happened now is that you've just decided that there's only so much that you can do, and you're working on other things in your life that are going to bring you that sense of peace, joy, happiness, bliss, tranquility, calm in your life. 8 of Wands. Some of you are even thinking about physically relocating or moving to a different area, okay? Not because you're trying to escape of this person, because you can't, I'm hearing, escape from yourself, especially if there's a deep soul connection. 1414 on the timer as I say that. I mean, thank you, Spirit, right? But there is this element of maybe you felt that you had to be in a certain position or place in order for something to come into fruition. You wholeheartedly believe that. But I'm hearing, wow, I just heard, wherever you go, I will follow. Wherever you go, I will follow. So I'm hearing that there's a difficult decision, but you may be following through with that relatively soon. I'm hearing not necessarily like during this Mercury retrograde, okay? Because there's going to be potential issues to do with travel and delays and setbacks and all sorts of things, right? So it's not really the time to make big moves, especially like physically, such as relocating or emigrating, right? But I definitely feel that this has been something that's been on your mind. You may even not necessarily be fully sure about where it is that you'd want to go, but you have been called to be somewhere else. And I feel like you're going to receive that information very, very soon. And then once I'm hearing there is the directness of Mercury coming out of retrograde, I feel that there won't be very much stopping you, even this person or this connection. And if this person is wanting more with you, then they have to show up in the physical and not just be, you know, around or with you on a soul level. There actually has to be the physical acts of this person coming through. Because I'm hearing that this spiritual connection of you and this person, as of right now, or maybe for a while, has just not been enough. It's not been enough. Yeah, you're wanting, with the Ten of Pentacles, you're wanting the whole shebang, and you absolutely wholeheartedly deserve it. You do. You deserve somebody that is going to fully show up and put in the work. But what did I just say about relocating here? Okay, moving. There is something substantial getting ready to take place in your life to do with moving out of a particular community, a neighborhood, or maybe even if you've been living with family or had certain roommates here, like friends or whatever. Some of you have really wanted just your own space. You wanted your own sense of independence. You've wanted to be able to live your life the way that you wish to, and for a while you have been not doing of that. And I feel like it's not necessarily through any fault of your own, because you're somebody that's coming across as very hardworking here, okay? And you've done an immense amount of work on yourself, and whatever it is that you've been trying to build or create in this life for yourself, to give yourself that sense of peace, that stability, that security. And that wish of having what it is that you wholeheartedly desire is coming into fruition very, very soon, is what I want to say. And I'm hearing this is going to be beyond expectations that you had about how something was going to work out for you, because I feel like you know a situation that you've been dealing with, especially if you've been struggling to do with your career, your business, or maybe even finances, or to do with a family scenario or whatever, right? It's been far from ideal, and you knew that there was meant to be more for you. You just didn't know necessarily when, how, where, like all of those questions. And I feel you've just gone, do you know what? I throw my hands up here, okay? I throw my hands up here, and I'm just going to surrender to all of this, and whatever will be, will be. And if I'm meant to be in a particular position, a place that's not here, then direct me and guide me and give me the signs and the synchronicities that I need in order to be able to, I'm hearing, follow through on your divine instruction. Wow. Oh, wow. Gosh. Okay. Okay. So yeah, there is definitely going to be some sort of major transformation, an ending and a new beginning, all happening at once simultaneously. Okay. So whatever is potentially falling apart in your life right now, because there's probably been a bit of chaos, is actually all working out in your favor and for your highest good and for the highest good of others around you. Even if it doesn't look necessarily like a blessing, it's a blessing in disguise, and there is a whole new rebirth taking place for you. And I'm hearing a reset, a spiritual reset is taking place. A spiritual reset is taking place. I feel that you know this. Oh gosh, my throat chakra just closed up completely. You know this. You know this. What is what else, what else is going on for Aquarius, please and thank you. What do they need to know? Page of Wands in reverse. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What's this about, please, Spirit? Eight of Swords in reverse. Now, all my cards are upright purely for aesthetic reasons, but when they definitely fly out reversal or sideways, okay, to represent blocks or challenges, etc., these are very, very strong messages, okay? So what's this about? Nine of Cups. Oh, wow. Okay. Two of Pentacles. Anything else for this message down here, please? Yes, there is. There is. Eight of Pentacles. What? There is something else. What else, please, for Aquarius? Oh, wow. The Empress. Divine Feminine coming through. Taurus, Libra energy. With the Ace of Swords. Holy F. Oh, my goodness. Breakthrough. What was I saying? What was I saying? I mean, I'm hearing rise of the divine feminine, phoenix rising from the ashes. Yeah, Six of Pentacles and the Page of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There's you. Oh my goodness, is this powerful? Okay, oh my goodness. So, with these cards coming through here, right, you have been in your head so much. You've questioned your intuition. You've questioned your path. You have been wondering whether you're just in some sort of fairyland here, right? You have had a dip in confidence. You haven't had that strong sense of belief in oneself. You have been very critical of yourself. Um, and I feel like you have also dealt with others around you that have purposely been trying to misunderstand you as well and not get you. And I'm hearing there have been negative, destructive, and manipulative individuals around as well. And I'm hearing that they have been doing of everything that they can to drain you and of your energy, and for you to not necessarily see yourself in the way that you are and you always have been. I'm hearing shrink yourself. And now I'm seeing Alice in Wonderland drink from that little potion to be smaller. It's like others were giving you of this potion without you even realizing it, and you drinking of it and making yourself smaller. Maybe you have just recently felt like you've just wanted to disappear. Maybe you just literally physically have wanted to disappear and just not necessarily escape and run from it all, but you have been trying to protect your peace so much, or you've been wanting this sense of peace so much, and you haven't been getting it, right? And you've been trying to reclaim the sense of peace and feeling that within oneself, but that has been very difficult. And there's only so much that you can do in a certain environment, especially if there's been some sort of drama, chaos, or hostility in your immediate surroundings. You haven't been having your wishes fulfilled. You've been feeling very unbalanced here. You've been putting in so much work, but you may have felt like it was just going unnoticed. And I'm hearing it hasn't gone unnoticed, not for 1 second. And I'm hearing you're about to get, the physical, tangible evidence to prove to you, to showcase to you that you were always on the right path and doing of the right and best thing for yourself in following, I'm hearing your calling. The other thing I'm picking up on is that you've had to come to a place of acceptance of not receiving that physical communication from this person, from them being incredibly immature and childish and playing silly, silly games, I'm hearing, with you and this whole scenario. And so you have decided to choose yourself and make you more of a priority and what you want to bring in for yourself. And I'm hearing that was a very brave thing to do, very courageous of you to do. You know of your own truth, you know the truth about the situation, you always have done, even when there have been moments that have made you think otherwise. You have always known. Always. Okay? Even when times have been incredibly tough here with the Ten of Swords, you have come out of this. Okay? The worst is over. And you're stepping into something so much greater, so much more aligned. And I'm hearing that if this is really meant to work out, which I do genuinely feel and believe that it is, it's just been a matter of alignment and timing, then I feel like you've come to a place of, if not now, that's okay with me. That's okay with me. You may have even thought to yourself, well, even if this doesn't unfold and take place, where this person and myself have of this coming together, this reunion or whatever, you have just been like, I am still going to carry on through with whatever it is that I am feeling called to do and walking my path. I'm hearing of purpose, following my North Node, my North Star, to embrace my destiny and my fate. And if this person is going to be there beside me, then wonderful. If not, that's fine too. But I am going to do this. Either with you or without you. I am doing this. And that is exactly, I'm hearing, what the divine God, source, the universe has wanted you to do. To let go of expectations, to let go of the outcome, let go of them, I'm hearing. Because they're not showing up in the way that they know how they're supposed to show up in regards to you. And they haven't. I'm hearing you are getting praised right now. Look at that, another divine feminine energy coming through with the High Priestess. Cancer, Pisces energy. You are meant for big, big things. I'm hearing, my friend. You are here for big, big things. And you are worthy and deserving of somebody who's going to sit by your side as an equal and grow and evolve together. Even when times get tough, you deserve to be with someone that's equally as strong, as resilient as you are. You do. Last message for Aquarius. Wow. Knight of Swords, Three of Wands. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, there's you again. New beginnings, fresh start. Your ships are coming in. Okay. There is something suddenly about to take place in your life, and you have known this. I'm hearing that the time frame element of it has been, you know, difficult, because it's like at the moment, or for a while, it's felt very much open-ended, but I'm actually picking up there's something to do with the next few weeks, few months, that everything just shifts and changes for you. Okay, I am getting that very strongly. Oh my gosh, with the Emperor, Aries energy, divine masculine now coming in. So there is somebody who wants a new beginning, and they want to urgently talk to you, and they want to come in. They want to come in to you, right? This person has felt the shift. Whether they have showcased that, whether they've spoken that or not, Probably not, but they have. But this person doesn't have to be 100% healed, because, you know, we're never going to be 100% healed. There's always things that are going to unfold in our lives, okay, to heal from. Strength. Leo energy, Leo season coming up in this week. Leo being your sister sign. We have a new moon in Leo coming up. There's also soon to be Leo energy very potently around the Lion's Gate portal. 8-8 is what I'm hearing, okay? And look, this looks like a portal as well, a doorway. So there's something about leading up into or around or just after the Lion's Gate portal. And not just about you and this person and this connection, but about your whole life up leveling is what I just heard. Moving forward, gaining momentum with that Knight of Wands. If this person wants anything more with you, Queen of Pentacles, then they have to physically show up. Have the courage to show up, even if there's a possibility of rejection. They have to move towards you, right? Take the action. If they want the new beginning with you, they have to take that leap of faith, okay? With the Lovers underneath, right? This person has no idea how you're going to receive them when they do come in, because I'm hearing it's a matter of when they do come in and not if. And that's the truth. Ace of Swords. But this person, regardless of whatever it is that you may say to them, whether you forgive and move forward or what have you, I'm hearing the ball is very much in your court, okay? And if they want this with you, with the Ten of Pentacles, they can have this with you, but they have to work through their own obstacles, right? Like you've had to work through your own obstacles in order to bring this into physical reunion and union with that Three of Wands, to make a success of it and to move on forward together and taking that leap of faith together. So them taking a leap of faith towards you, but you've had to take a leap of faith before in regards to surrendering and letting go and detaching, not because it's from a place of sadness or what have you, right? It's actually from a place of love that you've detached, which is actually very beautiful. But love for yourself and for this person, but predominantly putting yourself first. That's self-love. Okay? Judgment. So you taking the leap of faith first and foremost, which is what you've probably already done or you're about to do, like I spoke about earlier on in the reading, their leap of faith, if they're having to leave of people, places and things that aren't serving them in order to make their way to you, and then the both of you together having of a leap of faith, whether you kind of wholeheartedly embrace this and work on this together with that Knight of Pentacles, or whether you go your separate ways. But none of you are going to have full clarity on this with the moon, Pisces energy. It's just all a matter of trusting, okay? The moon cycles are significant for sure. And then look, to finish off the Emperor, Aries energy. Stability, order, it's all coming through. Whether that's something you're creating just within yourself, whether this person is doing of the same in regards to themselves and their life, and also for this to be brought into fruition between the both of you. Anyway, guys, I know that this turned very heavy into a love reading, but the messages came through for a reason. So we have Aries, Taurus, Libra, Leo, Cancer. Interesting. Yeah, Cancer. I wanted to say that for sure. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Pretty much all the signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius may be very significant, but 717, 888, 444, 1010, 88, 333, 33, 222, 999, 818. 444, 414, and 144 may be very important here in regards to angel numbers. But that's going to be the end of the reading. So I hope that there have been some messages, a few messages, if not the whole reading, that potentially resonated. And if you have enjoyed this reading and you wish to support myself and the channel, there are donation links available. There is a PayPal link in the description box below, and the other option is Super Thanks, which is listed underneath this video. So thank you so much to those of you who have already donated. I greatly appreciate you. Even if you don't financially donate, a wonderful way to energetically donate is to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll get back to you guys on those comments when I can. So thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get an alert as to when I post another video for you and you don't miss out on future updates or content on the channel. And last but not least, if you feel inclined to do so, please check out the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury and North Node placements in your birth chart to gain further insight for your weekly tarot messages. But sending love and light your way, many blessings, please take care, and I'll see you and speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye guys.